Today we'll be covering the topic on how exercising will make you smarter, sharper, and think better and make better decisions in life. Today I'm accompanied by Skanda.
Namaste, everybody.
So today, guys, enjoy the podcast. It will be a blast for the Focus Food tribe. We'll be covering many topics on body, mind, physical health, techniques, practical practices, and practical techniques that you can apply right now in your life to see instant results. So let's get to it. Skanda, so how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling wonderful. What a good day.
So we're
Sitting in the nature, enjoying the nature.
yes. So let's get started.
Yes.
What do you think a person that is not exercising or is not doing any physical activity, what does he have a disadvantage over people who are actually performing arts and doing those activities?
So basically, the guy who's not physically fit can't actually progress in what is gay. So he can't learn a new skill. That's at any area of their life they want to. They wouldn't be able to do that because they themselves cannot become stronger. So how can they become better at a skill in which they want to learn? It's not possible, right? You are not taking the body which you have. What are you going to take care of the other thing which is not even was there?
So first, let the audience know who are you and what have you done and why are you an authority to speak on this subject first of all?
So basically, I am a Muay Thai fighter and MMA fighter, and I have learned BJJ, that is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, and Muay Thai. And I am a national level champion in Muay Thai in amateur category. And the day I started Muay Thai, and it's been a year basically, and it's been a year and a half. Now basically, I am very physically fit, and not to say I have a six pack or a body. I'm just basically fit. And I always
What is fit? What do you mean by being fit?
see you being healthy and you being energetic and you knowing that you are capable of learning anything new or capable of doing anything new without having a lot of thinking in your brain or a lot of brain fog is what being fit is. So being physically fit is also connected to being mentally fit. That's how the connection is.
Okay, guys, we have a national level MMA fighter here. So first, let us speak about yourself. Okay, how were you before you started MMA, and what were you feeling at that time, and how were you operating? Like, how was your mental abilities and your physical strength in studies and other things in life?
Okay, so firstly, I was a lazy guy who wouldn't even get up to put my charger phone to charge. I was not at all ambitious. Neither I had a goal in life, and I would question everything because people say questioning is good for a good reason. But I used to use it in the most bad way we can think of. Like for questioning for every simple things. Example, let's say when when the parents ask, why are they not going out? I would tell, I have my mobile. I can see what's going on out every day. Why should I see from my own eyes? So I was unhealthy. My brain was also unhealthy at that time. Neither I had the confidence to do anything new or confident to at least tell my problems to others. I used to think that everybody will think I'm a weak person. And I had this rotted mentality like these junk foods we are eating nowadays. I used to have a lot of rotten thoughts in my brain of doing anything good you give me, I would take off the baddest thing about it.
So thinking about the worst possibility,
Exactly.
shit. I think many people will be able to relate to this because it's a very modern day issue
Yeah, and
problem.
I'm sure they wouldn't be able to handle the stress which they're getting from their parents to study and to go to a corporate job to earn money also. Because that's what I'm out of right now. I'm not facing this lot of problems with that, but I'm sure many people are losing a lot of energy in that.
Now tell me, okay, after joining Muay Thai, when you joined, the first friction period that it took you to get used to Muay Thai, what were the thoughts in your brain?
So basically, I was just scrolling on my reels one day, and I found a very interesting match happening between two guys who were fighting in a flow state, very good. And I actually wanted to try that.
What is flow state?
Flow state is where like two people are fighting at that god level mode, where you see in the Demon Slayer anime and all, two opponents go in full blast. They use their full capability. They reach their limit. They go beyond their limit. That's what I was seeing, and I actually got a spark in my tree. What if I took Pedish? Because I was a guy who loved all these fiction animes where Bojo, Satoru, Naruto and all fight, and I just wanted to try this. And I went to Muay Thai. And basically the first 3 weeks, I enjoyed completely. I felt powerful and strong. And then came the hardest phase of my life. And that is to maintain consistency in exercise. That is to wake up at 5 o'clock, get ready, go to class, come back, and do the same routine every day. And they don't teach you anything new unless you master the basics actually. So, and that become very boring at a point of time. But still,
What do you say? Why is consistency important? And how does consistency change? How does that shift your identity from the person you were who were scrolling? And what happened when you started becoming consistent? The changes in your brain.
so the first part about being consistent is I actually, the fourth week was just talking about the hardest pace. You know what I was doing before? I used to get up at 5 o'clock. I used to scroll for half an hour till 5:30 and then go to class. Because I had a bike, it could be like 15 minutes, very easy for me. I used to scroll and go. But then came the fourth week where I used to take out my mobile to scroll at 5 o'clock and I used to get sleep. Let's sleep one day. Why not? Let's sleep. And I actually, somehow I didn't live going to class. I went every day, even in the hard phase. And that's where the consistency process came. Now it was the time where I could see events in my body. I could observe muscle building. I could see my abs starting to pop out. And that is where consistency comes in, Paul. That is where you see changes in life. The moment you build the momentum of doing anything consistency, and then that's the phase where you start getting results. So basically, once you pass out with the hard phase or the consistency phase, you get a bit of results which will keep you in joy inspired,
Motivated.
always.
So, So, what would be your message to a person who is who doesn't know what MMA is and who doesn't know about? Okay, now first what is your message to them? Who's unaware about all this and who's not even bothered about physical fitness, but he's facing all the problems that we stated before.
Okay. So you guys have actually seen influencers who actually started transforming their body. Somehow or the other, whether they have any skill or not, once they started getting themselves physically fit, also got them mentally fit, and they came to have a stable lifestyle. So they somehow started earning money. They somehow started living good. They somehow started eating better.
Yes, I've observed this. Many influencers.
Some guy who started to do 75 hard challenge, Ankit. Had you seen his old videos? What he used to do? He used to do some comedy videos. The moment he started 75 hard, what changed? Now he lives in Australia. He earns crores of rupees.
He has a Hilux. He has a
car and whatnot.
Yes.
Whatnot. And he is also currently learning MMA.
Yes.
He used to wrestle before. He built a body and he is getting respect from the society. This is what physical fitness can do. So this is what message I would give is get out of your bed. Leave your mobile for half an hour. Connect your brain and your body together. Bring it to one. You will see the changes on your own. Do it for at least 7 days. You will see the little bit change in state of your mind from HK.
I'll tell you what happened to me.
Yeah.
My story, I'll tell you, which is very funny. In 10th standard, over the span of 2.5-3 months, I had lost 18 kgs.
Right, but that's actually put
18 kgs. And I was around 100 kgs when I had started. And guess what? Like, people started giving more respect to me, and people were, you can say, they were listening to whatever I said. And what happened is, in 11th standard, a year ago, I was in first year of medical. I started going to the gym every single day, regardless, at 6 a.m. every day. And what happened was, at that exact same time, my meditation became consistent. I was not consistent in meditation. I started doing that every day. And then I was doing a business called dropshipping, if you would have heard.
yeah.
That started to take off, and I made multi 7 figures in business.
Amazing.
And now what has happened is unexpected. It's a very, you can say, my journey over the past 2.5-3 months, I've been stuck at home. And without much of exercise, I've just been eating junk food, you can say. And I've put on about 15 kgs just in the span of 2.5-3 months. That's my state currently. And this video was meant to be a wake up call for me, mostly. To get a why of working out, and also wanted this to help other people. And now I wanted to explain why is the why so important,
See,
and what is the why of working out.
that's what you need to find out. So basically, if you don't figure out why to become fit, why you want a body, why you want a physique, even if you get that, you won't have a good life. If you see a guy who is having six packs for no reason, if you go to gym and you will say, I want six pack, and you start working out, why? Why do you want a six pack? To attract females, so what will do with their attraction? You tell me. You want.
But that is the motivation for most of the young men, 18 to 21. They want attention from girls. That is why they start working.
I am sorry to break that out to you, but no, you don't get attention from girls. I will show you many guys who attract girls without having a body, who dress very badly, and they can attract them by just talking. I'll show you them. And the thing is, you need to have a strong why for doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Can a body be built without a strong why?
Without a struck?
Why?
It can be. It can be. You can simply take steroids or hit protein every day and simply basically work out at any time of the day you want to, whenever you feel. You'll get a body. There's no thing in that. But I'm sure that body will be simply for showing you won't have that actual strength, mobility, and flexibility as you are. So yeah, you can build a body without having a strong why, but that won't last long, because you get a body, you go to gym, you work out, and you come and do what? You scroll again, and even in that scrolling, you don't feel joy, because if a guy having better physique than you comes up, you feel jealous.
Dysmorphia.
Exactly, and jealousiness is what? It kills joy.
And you see, the biggest of the biggest bodybuilders like Chris Bumstead and all of the Ronnie Coleman and all of Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see, all of them had body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
And no matter if they were the biggest in the whole world in terms of physique, they still felt they weren't enough.
Yeah.
They still wanted more.
Yeah.
At the cost of taking steroid, juicing themselves up, and still gaining 10 times more muscle than a normal person would gain. Now, obviously, that is bad. You can say, obviously, that is bad.
Yeah, obviously. You can see Ronnie Coleman's step right now. He sits on a wheelchair.
He sits on a wheelchair.
Yeah. Of course, he sits on a wheelchair.
He squatted 1,000 kgs or something like that.
Yeah. But some people tell he is natural, but yeah.
No fucking way he's natural.
Yeah.
But
you can see his state right now. What is he doing? He doesn't have a body to show off right now. He sits on a wheelchair. What else? He can't wash his work. That's the thing.
So, what is an ideal body for a human being?
See, basically, for a you're talking in new general, like general
For boys.
Okay, for male.
Males. And males, an ideal body in 2025.
Okay, then you can have an aesthetic body where you have a bigger chest, a wide shoulders,
And you have a lean waist. That is no need of six packs. Six packs is a sign of dehydration to be true. Basically, your abs are visible when you're dehydrated. So you need to have a slim stomach. And it's very good if it's conditioned. Like you take some punches.
What is conditioning?
Conditioning is where you get punches and your body you're able to bear the pain of punches or kicks. So your body gets numb there. So you don't get a lot of hurt when somebody punches your feet. And that is very good actually. You can do that. And you can have a usable core. Okay, core is basically the misconception is it's only abs, but core is your shoulders, your core, your abs, and then your quads. That is the whole core. Build up your core. Do some compound exercises, movement like animals. Just climb a tree if you can. You can actually climb a tree. Okay? You can actually climb a tree. You just need to practice it. Yeah, like 1 week, what? Will fall down or you can't climb and like eighth day, you can do it actually. That is the basic. And you have some good forearms because you need some grip strength.
Yes. And
That's the basic body. And yeah, of course, legs. Legs you need not have the big Ronnie Coleman's or someone's calf. You need to have a legs which is where you can run 10 kilometers. Run 5 kilometers. That is the legs you need to have. Have good calf muscles. Have muscles, but don't be in the state where every part of the muscle body has been pumped over it like crazy. That's too much sign of the base. Have a bit of fat in your belly. Yeah, that's the basic body. I mean, the ideal body.
ideal body.
Yeah, that is what in our scriptures have you seen in the temples? How Vishnu is shown? It is in the form of a cow face.
Cow face.
Yeah, his chest are pumped out. His cow's face, how is it? Like this. His waist is all tapered down. Have you seen a cow's face?
Yes.
So cow's face is basically depicting how a ideal male should be. He should have good big chest, pumped out chest, and a lean waist. That is how gods used to be when they were walking around in this earth.
Oh, by the cow's face, meaning the chest, the torso. So pumped out chest and slim waist.
Big chest and slim waist and huge shoulders and forearms. That is how Arjuna, Krishna and all are depicted. Krishna is a very muscular guy. He is not a gay icon. Watch people are accepting right now.
People show him as Nandalala.
Nandalala, but at a point he defeated Kamsa at the age of 14 years old. That sees techniques then by that time.
The master wrestler of that age.
Malla Krishna. He is Malla Krishna. He is not Krishna Hare Rama. No. Malla Krishna he is. He is described.
Krishna.
He is described when he used to get in the war field. Body used to become like stone. That hard it used to become. That is Krishna. Yeah.
It is not the Radhe.
At one point, he used to be a Roman in Rome. You know, like, be what you have to be in that situation.
Okay, so, since we are touching upon this topic, let's make this podcast only for men listening.
Okay.
Since you've touched upon the topic of Krishna as well, who is a man?
A man is Krishna. Who become like Krishna?
No, like okay. The qualities, like what quality should a man have, what he should not have. This might also piss off the audience who are watching and they might feel attacked. So be careful. So let's go.
So basically, be fit is what I used to basically item. Be fit and get rich. It is a quality and it is a skill to get rich in this era. It's not that hard and it's not that easy also. Basically, when you get rich, it shows how much of brains you have. Develop
capability.
Yeah, a man has a very sharp brain and he can defend himself and others.
A man's brain is engineered for hunting down prey.
Yeah, he was a hunter before.
So in modern day society, let's say we are hunting a mammoth and the mammoth can be a business. And once you take down the mammoth, you reap the fruits. You feast. The feast is the resources all the luxuries you get.
Yeah, get whatever you want. At one point, I'll have so much money that you will be consumed. Wow.
No desires, but you're going way out of topic. So let us stick to the topic. Describe the qualities of a masculine man, who's who you can say is meant and designed by God. What are the qualities a person should have? First thing, the qualities.
Qualities is
Yes. ಅಂದ್ರೆ qualities ಅಂದ್ರೆ
got A out of topic raise no. Okay. See, so basically a man qualities you can say
He to become disciplined. Is one of the basic.
right.
He needs to be disciplined.
Simple.
He needs to be hardworking.
Hardworking.
Yeah, not always smart work works in this way. He should be hardworking and he should be focused and concentrated on a fight. Like, stick to one goal, not multiple goals at the end. Let that be focused, laser sharp focus. That is a qualities of men.
he can have, and of course being strong is advice. Not having a beautiful body, no, love being strong physically and mentally. Yeah, because if you want to get so good that your body having the devata, the resources are not missing a lot. Yeah, so that's
Okay, so now as a let's say I want to get into exercise. What are the first steps I should take?
okay. Let's take the basic of the basic stuff.
And what are the exercises we should start doing?
okay. The basic exercises which can start doing for a month, you go for a run for a kilometer. Increase it every week. Increase it by 1 kilometer every week. 1 kilometer the first week. Actually, 1 kilometer won't be hard for the first week. It'll be very easy. 1 kilometer is not that of long distance, you think. Then you go to 2 kilometers run. Then you go to 3. Then you go to 5.
Why running though?
See, running actually first it gets out your laziness. It will actually warm up your muscles and you'll get used to it and your muscles. Then you can do exercises with this. Yeah, so basically running is a basic fun. Have you seen this selection of military soldiers?
Yes.
They make them run 100 kilometers. They keep some week called L week. They make them run because running is a primary skill you need to have.
Running.
It's not swimming for basic survival. It is running for basic survival.
You need to have. It's flight or fight. I was seeing the basic instincts of a man. Flight or fight.
If you can't fight, then slide. Take a flight.
That's very practical.
Yeah.
Now let's take this up. Okay, now a person has started exercising. He does all the basics, let's say push-up, squats, and he's done. About for 1 year he's done. His body is almost well conditioned. Okay. Why should he get into fighting? And should he get into fighting?
See, that's
Yeah, about that.
yeah. So basically, that's your wish if you want to get into fighting or you want to level up your fitness or strengthness. But fighting actually gives you a lot of conditioned body. Means, let's say you can defend yourself from a random person who is bigger than you or taller than you. When you love fighting and your opponent doesn't, you have like almost 90% of the advantage. So yeah, why not learn fighting? It's also a skill. Like you can learn any fighting.
And guys, I'll tell you one thing. A little about myself and why I have the authority to talk about fighting. I am actually a black belt, completed black belt in karate a few years ago. Although now my fitness is not up to the level or to the peak level right now, but at a point of time it used to be chiseled. It used to be at a point where I was going with tournaments all around Bangalore and doing all tournaments, we can say, and even teaching people karate. How does that? So what I learned during fighting is, if you get distracted, you are fucked. in fighting.
Yeah, that's the basic point what they teach in fighting.
You're distracted, you are gone.
Yeah, you're gone. You're totally gone. Even if your opponent is like a white belt and you're a black belt, you lose like
You lose.
you will lose.
And the thing is, fighting itself is an art form where you have to learn and detach from the art form, is what I have learned. Because in a street fight, you can't go around doing kumite with karate.
Yeah.
It was good for the tournament's sake, but it is not practical in a street fight. So the instincts you develop from fighting, let's say MMA is also, it's almost like street fighting.
Yeah. It's basically
It's basically street fighting. That is the thing, and what you learn by fighting is the instinct, and you get the ability to read the opponent. Basically,
you get very good intuition ability.
intuition,
Yeah.
and you know what is he going to do next, and you don't need to think about it. You know your next move,
Yeah.
what you're going to do,
You know what type of arm you can give to your opponent.
and the level of arm you can deliver to them at the situation specific.
Yeah. When you know you are that skilled and strong, your opponent will of course get scared of you. Anywhere you go and you get confidence.
They won't get scared, I would say.
Yeah.
If they come up with a knife, then you should know what to do to survive.
See, that's where flight comes. That's why I told you to run. You run. Don't act like a hero.
Don't act like a
Be intelligent that time. Be a man. Have some good sharpness in your mind to not
being a man is not always. Let's say in the situation there was a knife.
Yeah.
You know you are gone. A man would run and save his life instead of dying there and making his parents cry on his deathbed.
See, that's basically you should take if you are going with a girl on a date and some guys comes you with a knife. You going and getting hurt by knife and getting bringing him down will make the girl feel that you are stupid me. Basically, you take her and run away. You will feel that you are more intelligent by an intellectual by at that point. That is what you need to learn.
All this Bollywood bullshit is.
Yeah. If you do that Bollywood bullshit, I'm sure like Bollywood only will be in some hospital. How do you say that? CPO, ICU or something. You'll be there. Don't do that shit.
Don't trust Bollywood bullshit.
Yeah. That is why you give money and see that bullshit. So that's basically entertainment.
Yeah. And even this Telugu movies.
Yeah. You can't.
Telugu movies is next level.
They teleport, basically. They teleport, they fly, whatnot.
It is not like that in real life.
Yeah.
At all.
So please be careful.
Have you ever been in a fight? In real life, like apart from MMA?
No. You actually become very brainy once you learn fighting. You will like avoid most of the
Unnecessary fight.
unnecessary fighting.
Actually, I'll tell you. From joining karate, I have avoided 99% of the fights in my life. Because at the moment, at the situation, let's say people are there, you will feel as if the person is humiliating you.
Yeah.
But you will know the harm you can deliver to them and the consequences that will follow. So you will rather choose the humiliation at that point.
Yeah.
But let's say you choose to talk. You choose to talk and deal with it verbally. But once it has happened in school, basically, for me and my friend. This was a close friend. Out of random, I think he got jealous or he got, I don't know what came over him, but he was a very thin and long guy. I was quite plumpy at that time and obviously I knew karate. And he came and he started hitting me out of random one day. And it was in assembly time where everyone was around. So at that time, obviously, if you can't sit quiet if they actually start hitting you.
Okay.
So you have to be taken down.
We would have strike. Lethal strikes.
Yes, and he was down. And he didn't get up until the assembly was over. He was sitting down for half an hour. And just be aware of the power you have as a person who wields martial arts.
Yeah. And actually, my friends keep joking about me that I look skinny. I'm not strong and fit. And it's very hard to explain their narrow minds that fighters and bodybuilders are two different things.
Two different things.
Bodybuilders,
Building muscle and fighting
look
is different.
they look big. They don't have any techniques. A fighter comes and gives a Superman punch on your face. You basically have to stop working out for 6 months. Will be brain dead at that time. So don't take any fighter or a skinny man, especially a skinny guy who says he's a national champion. Not me. Of course, there are skinny guys than me, and they are the most dangerous beings living on this earth. Actually, they fuck up opponent very easily. They are the ones who knock out in even amateur category.
The people who are thin have the advantage of flexibility, mobility,
They have even speed.
speed,
They don't
extreme
have to
speed.
carry a lot of weight like his muscles and fats.
And you know one thing?
Yeah.
You know one thing? People think it is the heavyweight champions that have Dole Shole that have that huge fist that if they punch, it will pain more. But actually, it is the opposite. Yeah, I tell you. Because the momentum and speed at which a thin person can strike,
Yeah.
the momentum itself, the momentum times the weight is way more than what the heavyweight guy can hit you with.
He can escape the punch easily, the skinny ball.
No. If he delivers a punch with speed, it will hurt more than the heavyweight person.
Yeah. So that's true. And he won't even feel a lot of pain because he's already conditioned, right? He's already taken a lot of 100 punches on his face. Who knows? He'll be conditioned. Don't mess with fighters, guys. That's my basic message, and be fit. That's it. Why need to fight when you have Allah who can deal with it verbally or just simply move out from the situation? That's better.
Now let's come down to this. As we're talking about fighting and building your body, what is a lifestyle that a person should follow? That is regarding fitness, and let's say a person is scrolling, eating junk food, not drinking water. What is the lifestyle shifts he has to do?
Okay. So basically, a person who can't avoid junk food, I'll give you a challenge for 1 week. Workout. You get up at the morning, you work out. Don't follow a diet. Don't restrict from anything. Anything you find, go and eat it. And better if it's a junk food. The time after 1 week or any time period, your body will start ejecting the junk food. You will start getting ill. You will get vomitation, and your body will ask for something like a real food to come inside your body, which gives nutrition. At that time, your brain will shut the fuck up and start eating good food, homemade food. You will stop eating junk food for yourself. Eat pizza for 1 week for dinner, breakfast, lunch. Anytime you keep eating junk food, drink Coca-Cola. I used to drink Coke for 2 weeks, and actually I vomited every Coke in my body. I literally vomited. I got black vomit. I used to drink Coke and eat Lay's chips. That is so good of a thing to do. Destroy your body for 2 weeks. Eat junk food and work out. Eat junk food and work out.
Nobody will tell you this, by the way.
Yeah. Nobody
on the internet will tell you.
No one will tell you this. Why would they want to tell you this?
Because this information right here is not what gets the click on YouTube, or it's not what people watch. But this shit actually works in real life.
Yeah, it does. It's very practical. I'm challenging you. This will work. Your body will reject what you're eating. You will slap yourself so hard looking in the mirror that you will get mark off your 5 fingers. More harder than your girlfriend when she broke up with you. Then you'll start eating junk food. Your lifestyle will become thick. And of course, getting early in the morning. For that, you need to sleep. You need to have a very good sleep. And sleep and eat food and avoid caffeine before 2 o'clock. I actually got read a research where they don't stop having caffeine before 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. That's 2 p.m.
By Andrew Huberman.
Yeah.
But I feel that is true, but not for everyone. Like, you see me, my mom, if you give her coffee at the midnight, you wake her up and give her coffee, she'll drink coffee and she'll get even more better sleep. It is different for some people. You can say for me, If I drink coffee, I feel even more sleepy actually.
Yeah, that's the coffee is okay. Tea is okay at a point.
I'm talking about black coffee, caffeine.
That very
pure
black coffee is very good.
Black coffee is very good.
It's very good.
But
I'm telling caffeine's like what the shit you drink with Red Bull.
Red Bull.
It gives me wings. And finally you'll fly it to the sky to the to God. And he'll slap you and send you back again to river area life. Not that type of caffeine. So coffee you can drink. But yeah, avoid. It's better if you drink that also before 2 o'clock. It's like complete wiki. And yeah, and eat before 7 o'clock. At least the max is eat before 7 o'clock. And you will get your food digested good and you can go to sleep. And need sleep. So basically 7 to 8 hours. So 11 to 8 hours is required for a human body. If you want to get from an unhealthy junk shit to a good healthy guy, it's required for your body to kneel. What was that?
Now, what would you tell a person who's going to the gym? Like, let's say he can't leave the gym because he's already paid membership 10,000. It will be a waste. What should he do at the gym? And what works?
Yeah, you can build your muscles and you can build your body. And it's better if we keep some days for cardio and compound movements. And
Explain this. What is okay? Give me a 7-day split in the gym. 6-day split.
Okay, 6 days. Let's divide it into 4 days of your chest and arms. Like that, you build your legs and body. You will get a workout for 4 days. 2 days, 1 day you go for a 5-kilometer run. Go for a 5-kilometer run or a jog or any marathons. That's the best. Go to a marathon and run, or you can run anywhere you feel good. And the 3rd day, you do compound movements. Compound movements is where you do frog jump, elephant walk, spider walk. So these are animal movements which involves every single muscle in your body. Have you ever seen this part of your body?
What do you think about isolation of muscles exercises in gym?
Yeah, it's. I have no comment about it. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what they're gaining from that a lot, but
Isolating biceps, just removing every muscle, only doing this.
they have made hundreds of variations of bicep curls, building forearm curls, and all that. The ED concentrated. Don't lift it.
Natural lifters.
Natural lifters, that this. So do it if you want to, but unless you're healthy, doesn't matter. Do whatever you want.
But I would say, if you are a man, you have to hit the gym at least once in your life, consistently, to see the changes. Because I have gone to gym for 1.5 years straight. Last year. And you could say like, before my body was not like this. Now you see, although I am fat, my frame is huge. My shoulders are huge, and you can say the chest muscles now have, though there is a foundation of muscle. This was all developed because I went to the gym, and my quads underneath as well is now strong, even though it's not used. There is a baseline level of thing that gets established in your body of muscle, and muscle is very important for your life.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important.
Very, very important. And muscle will help you basically stay active in the day
Yeah.
and burn those calories without doing anything.
Yes. It's good. Go to gym. Yeah, and build the physique if you want to. Nobody stopping you.
And I'll tell you, I have few friends. I have a friend, he's gone consistently for 2 years. He used to look like an estrogenic girl before. She was looking very bachchu, very chapri, like very, what do you say, childish type. Now 2 years inside, he's developed into a man. Like a So okay guys, we will be concluding the podcast here.
Yes.
For some final words for the audience.
Guys, at your best, try to exercise in the morning. It should make your day better actually. Try to work out in the morning, and yes, what I would like to tell you is don't have a goal of becoming so much suddenly fit or learn in fighting. Basically, just start getting a physique. That's a basic thing. You want to get a physique, have a goal, and start building it. And through that process, you will start having your goals and everything will come on its own. So yeah, just basically do it. Just do it. Like,
Just do it.
just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't procrastinate. So Yangalvara, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday will do, Sunday will do, then Monday, I can't do it. Sleep.
Anyway, 1 week over.
Just do it. Just start going to gym. Just start going to gym. Ashta. That's all I like to.
Fine, guys. That's it for today's episode featuring Skanda Bharadwaj. And also, please tell the audience about your mission.
My mission is to make people fit and teach them how to fight. Fight in real life and also their negativity and their problems in their life. So they fight all in one. One stone, two birds. They hit it off. Being my physically.
What's the name of your mission?
My vision name is Hurt to Hero. Basically, a dumb pug guy going to a mad. Being
It is very self-explanatory.
yeah. So
Right to hero.
exactly. Yeah, that's one.
So, okay, guys, we'll be linking down his YouTube videos and all in the comment sections. You can check it out, and all his socials will be linked. So, yes, guys, that's it. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuma.
Jai Ma Kali, Jai Hanuma, Jai Shri Ram.
Bye bye.
Ora.